A couple of months back, Kia brought in the updated Seltos and Honda brought in the all-new Elevate to India. In this video, I'm going to pitch these two new compact SUVs to their existing rivals, the Volkswagen Taigun and the Toyota Urban Cruiser Hyryder. Now, the points which I say for the Taigun will be applicable to the Skoda Kushaq also, and the points for the Hyryder will be applicable to the Maruti Grand Vitara also. Unfortunately, the MG Aster and the Hyundai Creta couldn't make it for today's shoot, so one moment of silence for them. So let's get started. In this segment, only the Hyundai Creta and Kia Seltos get 6 airbags as standard right from the base variant. The Elevate, Taigun and Hyryder get 2 airbags on the lower variants and 6 on the higher variants. The Taigun and the Kushaq are the only cars in this segment with a 5-star safety rating from Global NCAP. Driving the Kia Seltos first, and this one has 3 engine options: 1.5 NA, 1.5 turbo, 1.5 diesel. All of them are amazing engines in terms of the smoothness and the performance they offer. The turbo petrol which I have with me is the most powerful engine in its segment, and trust me, the Seltos is so nice to drive, very good, and the engines and the gearbox, all of them are tuned very nicely. So overall, no complaints on the driving front with the Seltos, and I think there's something for every kind of customer. If someone wants something on a budget and doesn't want too much performance, they can opt for the 1.5 MPI petrol. If someone has a lot of running, they want mileage also, and probably they can get the diesel. And someone who wants that extra punch, they don't mind a lower efficiency, they can get the turbo petrol. The DCT is quite nice, of course not as good as the 7-speed DSG offered on the Taigun and the Kushaq, but it does the job well. And overall, the Seltos is also very easy to drive. The steering doesn't offer a lot of feel and feedback, quite light, and the body control is quite good on this car, but I wish the steering was a little more communicative. But apart from that, I think the car is quite sorted in terms of its driving manners. Let's jump into the Elevate now. At the wheel of the Honda Elevate now, and things feel so familiar because it actually feels like a raised version of the City, and that is not exactly a bad thing. That's actually a good thing because the City itself is so good to drive. This 1.5 VTEC engine is the smoothest engine in the segment, very refined and very punchy, of course. And of course, with the manual, the Elevate offers another level of fun which I doubt anyone else can offer. And the CVT is decent. Of course, the rubber band effect is felt just like the Seltos IVT, but I think it still offers a good blend of, driving pleasure and ease of use and comfort and even efficiency. Now, drive with the heavy foot, and the CVT will of course consume a lot more fuel, but go easy on the throttle and it should reward you with good mileage. The ride quality on the Elevate is quite nice. The steering is a little more communicative than that of the Kia Seltos for sure, and overall, I think in terms of driving manners, this car is sorted. Honda has nailed it, and I think it is just about right in that manner. I really like how the way the Elevate drives, and yes, if I was actually in the market and confused between the City and the Elevate, I would probably get myself the Elevate because of the higher seating position and the better comfort. But yeah, amazing car, quite nice, and the weight from Honda was worth it. Now let's drive the Taigun. And now I'm at the wheel of the Volkswagen Taigun. I quite like this car because I had the 1.5 DSG for a long-term test. I had the car for 6 months and I had a blast. I did not feel like returning that car. This is the manual version, and this is also quite nice to drive, but in these days, in this traffic, I think most people prefer an 80. So yeah, the Taigun has 2 engine options. Both are petrol, 1 liter, 1.5 liter, 3-cylinder, 4-cylinder. But I think it does offer good fun. In fact, the 1.5 should be bought only if you want that extra performance. The 1 liter is also quite nice and offers more than enough punch. So Spend on the 1.5 liter only if you want that extra 50 horsepower, 35 horsepower actually, but otherwise the 1 liter should do the job well. And that is a torque converter. This one has a DSG, better than the Seltos DCT for sure, but overall I think in terms of driving manners, the Taigun is still the most fun to drive car in the segment. Of course, the Kushaq also. Sadly, we don't have the Kushaq today, but it is similar as the Taigun in terms of the driving feel. The steering offers decent feel and feedback. It is very direct, but the communication has some room for improvement. Body control is again one of the best in the segment, and trust me, it just makes the driver in you come out and make yourself feel alive. Such is the driving feel of the Taigun. I quite like pushing this car, and the balance of ride and handling, that I think Volkswagen has sorted quite well. So that's what it for the Taigun, and now we jump into the Hyryder. And finally, I'm at the wheel of the Urban Cruiser Hyryder. This and the Grand Vitara are the only cars in the segment. Of course, both of them are cousins. They have all-wheel drive and they also have the option of having a hybrid. So the hybrid which I have with me right now has pretty decent performance. It is quick off the line, and the motors, the engine of them work very nicely in coordination with each other, and the whole transition from electric mode to petrol mode is very, very smooth. So overall, the Hyryder is actually very nice to drive, amazing powertrain for sure, and it is also the most efficient car over here. This can easily do more than 1200 kilometers on a single tank of fuel. So I think, yeah, for people who want to save on running costs, they can consider this or the Grand Vitara. This has all-wheel drive, which also is a very good hardware. So that is Suzuki's all grip technology, and that works quite well when you go off the road. So if you want something which can go off the road also, you can buy that, but that is offered only with the petrol engine, K series engines from Suzuki, and not the hybrid. There's an option of having a CNG powertrain also. Apart from that, the Hyryder isn't exactly exciting to drive. It is neutral in the way it delivers its performance. The driving manners of this car also quite neutral and more comfort oriented, not as spirited or as enthusiastic as probably the Kushaq and the Taigun. But I think that is what most Indian buyers want, and I think the Hyryder and the Grand Vitara have been quite successful that way. So yeah, for people who want something which is easy to live with, they can get one of these cars and be sorted. So ride quality on the Hyryder is a little on the stiffer side. The steering does not offer any sort of feel and feedback. So that area is where there is some room for improvement. But apart from that, decent car to drive around for sure. The next test is the braking test. I'll drive these cars at 60 kilometers per hour and stamp on the brake pedal. Let's see how is the braking performance on all of these compact SUVs. Time for the ride quality test. I'll drive the Taigun first on this bad patch of road. Dhanil has to drink water. देखते हैं कौन सी गाड़ी में ज़्यादा spill करता है या नहीं करता है. So I think.
And I will try to drink it like this.
I think the elevator is going to win this challenge. Let's see. Chalo, time to go.
And बोलता पीता हूँ.
The ride is nice actually on the Taigun. A little stiff but feels very stable. Yeah. How's it, Dhanil?
Easy, not too bad.
ठीक है. I think the ride of the Taigun is quite nice. I like it.
Yes.
A little on the sporty side, but not too soft, not too stiff.
Yes.
And they have tuned the suspension really well. Volkswagen and of course Skoda, they know their job amazingly well.
थोड़ा है, but पानी पी सकते हैं.
So this Taigun has 16-inch tires. वैसे top end में 17-inch आता है. So on that you need to be a little more careful, but I think you can tackle bad roads quite easily here.
Yes. 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, easily 4 out of 5 actually.
4 out of 5.
Yeah. Chalo, next car, Hyryder. Time for the Hyryder bad road test, and let's roll.
Yes.
The suspension
water bottle
is a little on the stiffer, too much on the stiffer side actually for the hybrid.
I'm feeling scared to drink water.
The ride doesn't feel very plush, but it is good. It can tackle bad roads. He spilled water already. ठीक है, इतनी बुरी ride नहीं. It's good. Slightly stiffer than the Taigun.
It is very stiff.
Actually, yeah, it is stiff. Should have been softer for the car, for the comfort that it otherwise offers.
उसका बाकी वेरिएंट में थोड़ा सॉफ्ट हो जाता है ना?
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is stiff for sure.
I'm not drinking any more water. I'll spill all over me.
So ride quality, this one scores 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
But ground clearance is good, and all-wheel drive actually इसमें आता है, which means this is the only real SUV in this segment. Time to do a bad road test with the Elevate, and I think they should fare really well. Soft है suspension, काफी comfortable है इसका suspension actually.
I don't find it scary to drink water in this. Time to go.
He hasn't spilled water at all. Okay, थोड़ा ही हुआ.
थोड़ा हुआ. जो है basic movement की वजह से होता है.
But wow, this is actually very soft and comfortable. It actually feels so much better than the Hyryder and Taigun.
We did not expect it.
In terms of comfort, I think I expected this because Honda is usually known for this comfort.
Yeah.
And must have इसका suspension मजा तो आ गया.
Yes.
Bad
Vertical
road.
movements also not there. Side movements also not there. मतलब है movement है.
थोड़ा movement है, but it is very limited and everything is just under control over here. Very nice
Feels
ride
good.
quality. Yeah, amazing.
4.5 to 5.
4.5 out of 5 for sure. And finally we have the Kia Seltos with us. I think ये भी अच्छा perform कर लेगी इसमें.
But I find it कि थोड़ा sporty लगेगा इसमें. थोड़ा सा concern.
थोड़ा stiff है compared to the Elevate.
है ना? हाँ.
Yeah, but this has the best NVH levels in the segment.
Oh yes.
बाहर का सब noise इसमें filter out हो जाता है अच्छे से.
Correct. Let me try and drink.
You drank a little too much.
I was trying to. थोड़ा spill हुआ, नाक में गया. But उसको छोड़ के.
I think ride is phenomenal.
Yes.
Slightly better than before the pre-facelift model, and it tackles bumps quite well. I like this. 4 out of 5. Yes.
Everybody used to complain कि Seltos का ride quality बहुत hard था.
This is slightly better.
हाँ, comfortable हो गया.
Elevate is the most comfortable, followed by the Seltos, followed by the Taigun, and last comes the Hyryder.
Hyryder में लेकिन वो all-wheel drive option था ना इसलिए.
Hyryder में लेकिन all-wheel drive तो है.
हाँ.
It is time for the Ingress Egress comparison test. We'll start off with the Kia Seltos. आगे बैठूंगा पहले मैं. Getting in and out was quite easy over here. पीछे की सीट का देख लेते हैं. Getting out of the rear seat could have been slightly better, but no major complaints over here. Let's get on to the Hyryder. This was quite easy. Let's check out the second row of the Hyryder. Getting out of the rear seat was slightly better than the Seltos. Time to check out the Taigun. Getting in and out is easy, but could have been slightly better. The lower part of the steering column hits your knee if you are a little tall. So far, getting out has been the easiest on the Taigun compared to the Seltos and the Hyryder. Time to check out the Elevate now. Getting in and out of the driver's seat was quite nice. Typical Honda spacious cabin. And let's see the rear seat. The opening area over here is again quite nice on the Elevate. Makes it easy for people to get in and get out.
Okay.
Time to check out the second row of the Seltos. Biggest sunroof in the segment. Consistent quality. Light यहाँ पे है, वहाँ पे है.
Yes.
And these sunshades are a boon.
अरे हाँ यार.
It is the hottest day of this year today.
Oh shit.
So how's it for the middle passenger? पीछे headrest है, वाह वाह, adjustable headrest है पीछे.
Adjustable headrest है. I like that the center tunnel isn't very high, so पैर रखने की जगह है थोड़ी सी.
You get AC vents over here, air purifier है, there's a charging port type C, small storage area. यहाँ पे बड़े bottle holders है. Auto up down for every window of the Seltos. Very nice, very nice.
feature rich, हाँ, very feature rich.
Headroom is limited for people who are sitting in the corner. I think
Yes.
मेरे लिए तो यहाँ पे बहुत limited है.
लेकिन मेरे height के लिए I am 5 feet 6 inches, it is fine for me.
Yeah, so I am 6 feet. तो मेरे लिए यहाँ पे थोड़ा limited है. Knee room is actually very good.
Yeah.
And the width is okay. I mean 3 लोग बैठे, थोड़ा tight है but बैठ गए.
अभी ऐसा बैठे, अभी ऐसा फैल के बैठेंगे तो सेट हो जाएगा.
अभी तो ये दोस्ती करनी पड़ेगी और क्लोज बैठना पड़ेगा. So चलो we are done with the Seltos. अभी चलते हैं Hyryder में.
Go.
3 people in the Hyryder now. Headroom is similar to the Seltos. मेरा सर यहाँ पे भी टकरा रहा है. How's it for you?
हेडरूम इज लेस मेरे लिए तो.
इसमें थोड़ा ज्यादा अपराइट बैठे ऐसा फील हो रहा है.
Yes.
हाँ.
है ना?
And the shoulders are touching a little too tight.
Yeah,
So
this
width,
is little narrow.
Talking about width, actually center tunnel भी high, so इसलिए मेरे my legs are on either side of the center tunnel.
And there are 2 AC vents. Is there a charging port over there?
Yeah,
है
there
एक
are-
Type C, एक normal USB.
Okay, not bad. 3 adjustable headrests in this also. पीछे भी seat belt मिल जाता है. 3-point seat belt. So that's a good thing. No sunshades on this car, but you get a light. Yellow light. Seltos में white light है.
Yes.
What else is there?
It's a tight feeling inside.
It's a little tight and the panoramic sunroof is there, but it is smaller than that of the Seltos.
हाँ.
Quality in the cabin is a bit iffy, similar to the Swift and Baleno, I guess. है ना?
Yes.
Chalo, let's jump into the Taigun now. We are in the Taigun now. This particular car doesn't have a sunroof at all, but वैसे आता है छोटा वाला sunroof. No lights over here, no sunshade over
है ना
here.
राइट इधर है.
बीच में light है.
हाँ.
2 AC vents and Type C ports are there.
Yes.
no storage space.
Oh. This one also has a middle adjustable headrest, so that's a good thing. But the seat is again, you know, a little more firm on the sides.
Correct.
तो corner जो है वो body पे लग रहा है actually back पे.
बैक पे दुख रहा है. हाँ, मेरे को भी दुख रहा है.
So not a very pleasant experience for 3 people over here.
हेडरूम थोड़ा सा ठीक है.
Headroom is actually better than both the cars we had before.
हाँ.
यहाँ पे head टकरा नहीं रहा, थोड़ा कम टकरा रहा है. But the seat could have been a little better on the sides, on the corners actually.
Yes. अभी भी यहाँ पे शोल्डर मतलब थोड़ा ज़्यादा फ्रेंडशिप करनी पड़ेगी.
Friendship तो करनी पड़ेगी कोई भी गाड़ी में.
हाँ.
Knee room is also actually quite okay, है ना,
Yes.
for a car
Yes.
of this size.
But I find this to be lengthwise a little spacious.
Yeah, it is actually spacious compared to the Hyryder for sure.
Yes. चलो next car.
Elevate, the most spacious car in the segment. This feels better than all the cars.
लेकिन यहाँ पे because of this.
This is a little too thick, the armrest.
हाँ.
No sunshade, no light over here. बीच में light है. AC vents है यहाँ पे, and that's about it. No headrest at all for the middle passenger. बताओ.
यहाँ पे अभी बेचारा रोहित.
This is the only car in the segment to not get a headrest for the middle passenger. I think even the Creta does not have it.
पर ठीक है यहाँ पे देखना phone pocket.
Space is nice. Knee room is the best in the segment. Headroom is comparable to the Taigun actually.
Yes.
Head यहाँ पे थोड़ा touch हो रहा है, but ठीक है.
वही अभी बीच
The
में.
shape of the seat is the best in segment, by the way.
Yes, I find comfortable. Although this armrest जैसे बोला वो थोड़ा hit कर रहा है. Apart
हाँ,
from that,
हाँ.
3 can sit
Yes,
for a
yes.
decent distance, not much.
ठीक है. चलो, we are done with this test.
Which one will be the best?
Best, I think, overall experience was the best in the Elevate and the Seltos.
Yes.
Agree.
And then followed by the
Taigun and the Urban Cruiser.
and the Urban Cruiser come last. ठीक है, चलो.
Sitting in the cabin of the Honda Elevate and I quite like the shape of the driver's seat and of course the outward visibility bonnet एकदम अच्छे से दिखती है and the driving position is actually quite nice. Unfortunately this car does not get front ventilated seats which I think is a very useful feature in our heat over here and this one has probably one of the best infotainment systems that we have seen from Honda. 10.25 inch screen with amazing clarity and resolution, nice responsiveness. Let's see the sound quality. This car gets 4 speakers, 4 tweeters, no subwoofer. And I'll play this song through wired Apple CarPlay. Sound quality is medium to good but not all that great also and the bass, when the bass is set at full, the speakers do tend to distort the sound and the clarity isn't the best, but I think at medium to slightly higher than medium volumes it works quite well and for normal music also it is very good. So let's move on to the Urban Cruiser Hyryder now. Sitting in the cabin of the Hyryder, everything is exactly the same as the Grand Vitara and some of the materials over here are shared with lower Maruti Suzuki cars and even Toyota cars like the Baleno and the Glanza, which I'm not a big fan of. The mirror is quite nice. The screen is shared with the Baleno and the Glanza. These controls are shared with those lower cars. However, this one does have front ventilated seats which are missing on the Elevate, but quality could be slightly more premium. I like the driving position quite high, but the under-thigh support could be better. Let's play some music. This one has a 9-inch screen with 4 speakers and 2 tweeters only. So I have the same track using wired Apple CarPlay and Sound quality is okay at medium volumes, not the best at high volumes, and the one on the Elevate was slightly better. Now let's move on to the Kia Seltos. Sitting in the cabin of the most feature-loaded car of the segment, the Kia Seltos, amazing improvement to the facelifted model over here, and this one has everything that you can ask for. Quality is also very consistent, lots of hard plastics of course, but I like the consistency on offer and the different color themes for the interior. This one has this all black and grey theme, and if you buy some of the color, some of the variant, you'll probably get a different color theme for the interior. This one has a 10.25 inch screen with 8 Bose speakers, so basically 4 speakers, 2 tweeters, 1 subwoofer at the back and 1 front central speaker. I'll play the same track. Sound quality is too good, probably the best in this segment right now. Trust me, the Taigun after this has to meet some really high standards. I quite like the cabin of the Seltos. The look and feel is very premium, and trust me when I say this, it actually feels half a segment above all of its rivals. Sitting in the cabin of the Taigun now, in the car we have is the GT 1.5 manual with us, which means इसमें कोई भी features है नहीं. There's no sunroof, there is nothing over here, no auto dimming RVM, no ventilated seats, no digital cluster, no start stop button. हाँ, ये वाली गाड़ी में चाबी घुमा के गाड़ी को start करना पड़ता है. And the Taigun is also the only car in the segment to not get a regular USB port, which means we'll have to do the audio system test with the wireless Apple CarPlay functionality. This car gets a 10.25 inch screen, 10 inch screen basically, quite nice in terms of clarity and resolution. You get 4 speakers and 2 tweeters, and I think Volkswagen could have offered better features on this model also, could have equipped it slightly better. Lots of hard plastics around, but I like the driving position, very nice and sporty, the sportiest of the lot over here. And let's play the same track over wireless Apple CarPlay. Sound quality is actually impressive for such a basic audio system, so I would rate the Kia Seltos the highest over here, followed by the Volkswagen Taigun, and then comes the Honda Elevate, and finally the Urban Cruiser Hyryder. It is now time to do a bottle holder test with all these 4 cars. Let's see how many 1 liter bottles can fit in the cabins of these cars. Time to compare the boot capacities of these compact SUVs. You can have a look at the official capacity on the screen right now. The Elevate, of course, has the biggest boot. How does it actually measure? The depth of this boot is 33 inches. The width of this goes up to 40 inches, and the height of the boot goes up to 23 inches. We'll now move on to the Hyryder, which has the smallest boot in the segment because of the battery placement over here. So the depth of the boot is 31 inches. The width of the boot is 51 inches and the height over here is just 13 inches. The Taigun has the lowest loading lip over here, and this is quite deep in size. So let's see how's the depth. The depth of the Taigun's boot is 25 inches, the width is 39 inches and the height over here is 23 inches. Coming to the Seltos, which has the second biggest boot in the segment. The depth is 33 inches. The width is 41 inches and the height over here is 16.5 inches. It is now time to compare the horns of all of these compact SUVs. We'll start off with the Honda Elevate, and now the Hyryder, now the Taigun, and finally the Seltos. I think the Seltos has the most premium horn in the segment. Our Taigun GT manual has halogen lights instead of LEDs. You can see how powerful the throw of the lights is. The Seltos has all LEDs and they are quite bright and offer good performance. The Hyryder also has a good throw, but it doesn't have front fog lamps. The Elevate also has strong LEDs, but the ones on the Seltos have slightly better throw. Picking one car out of these four is going to be a little difficult. Let me sum up all of these for you. The Honda Elevate is undoubtedly the most value for money car over here. For the prices of the mid variants of these three cars, you can actually land yourself the top end version of the Elevate, which I think is fantastic value for money. It is spacious, powerful and drives quite well. Very sorted car from Honda, of course backed by Honda service and reliability. Coming to the Hyryder, this one is the only one over here with true SUV credentials because it has optional all-wheel drive just like the Grand Vitara. This has petrol, hybrid, all-wheel drive, CNG, a lot of powertrain options, and I think it is also the most efficient car over here with the hybrid powertrain. Space inside the cabin could be better, the quality of the cabin could be better. Coming to the Taigun, this is undoubtedly the most fun to drive car in the segment, and this and the Kushaq are the only ones with a 5-star safety rating, which I think is a big positive point. The Taigun is not as big or as fancy as its rivals. It has the least amount of features over here, but I think overall for driving fun, I think this is unbeatable. Coming to the Seltos, this offers the maximum bang for your buck. The most feature loaded car in the segment, the one with the best engine options, petrol, turbo petrol, diesel, manual, auto, everything you get over here, and there is something for every kind of customer. So with the Seltos, it actually feels it is half a segment above its rivals, and I think Kia has just nailed it. What do we have over here? Something different.
I agree, all these cars are good, no doubt. But do you know, for the same amount of money, you get this, which gives you 6 seats and 7 seats. And मान लो आपको 5 सीटर की ज़रूरत है, तो एक बहुत बड़ा बूट भी आपको मिल जाता है. Plus AC in all 3 rows and ventilated seats.
So what will you pick out of these 5 cars? Let us know in the comment section below. And thank you guys for watching this video. We'll see you guys very soon.
And don't forget to subscribe to the MotorBeam channel.